For those of you who follow my channel know that I like Islander watches, and that's an understatement. But also, I like larger watches. So I was curious to see with this smaller Islander how it would fit on my wrist. So let's take a look. I'm Francois, and it's time to watch. Today we'll be taking a look at this Islander. This is the Manhasset. And like I said in the intro, this is a smaller watch, and more we see smaller watches pop up. And this one at 36 millimeters, I was wondering if it would fit my wrist and if I would even like it. So we'll take a look at the details and go through the different specifications of the watch. I'll put it on my wrist and we'll conclude this review. So if you like these types of reviews, don't hesitate, press that like button. It really helps. And of course, I encourage you to subscribe and press that notification bell so that you'll be notified of my upcoming reviews. One of which is this one that's long overdue. This is the Swiss watch company, the Hyper G. I did an unboxing last July. I've had this watch for a couple of weeks now. The team at Island Watch was nice enough to lend me this watch, and unfortunately it didn't have a lot of wrist time on my wrist. If you see here, this is not my diameter of wrist, it's my wife's, because it's a smaller form factor and it's wife approved. She even told me that she forgot that she had this on her wrist. So it's well balanced with the head here and the clasp. It's a nice and comfortable bracelet. And she said that it was classical enough to wear at work or even out with friends and even out walking the dog. So it's versatile and very elegant at the same time. So I'll put it on my wrist at the end of this review just to show you what it looks like, but it's wife approved. So let's get into the specs themselves. So the specs for this watch, like I said, is a smaller form factor at 36 millimeters. It's a 43 lug to lug. It has a 20 millimeter lug width, 12 millimeter height, so thickness. And it has this flat sapphire crystal. And this bracelet is comfortable enough to say that even if it's a 20 millimeter lug width, well, I'd keep it on this bracelet. It has this nice classical look to it. And it's a daily wear, do everything type of watch. What I like is the proportions. They kind of brought down the proportions of the hands so that it fits the overall look and feel. However, you have a kind of a quote-unquote oversized crown. As you can see, it's a signed crown. It's a screw-down crown. And when I say oversized, is that it's just a little over 6 millimeters, but because of the form factor, it's considered oversized. Inside is an H36 without the day and date components. So you do have a ghost position. So you can, of course, go crazy all you want. Quite frankly, me personally, it's a non-issue. And then when you take out at the very last position, you hack the seconds. And of course, you can set the watch itself. And when you screw down everything, you have your 100 meters of water resistance. You see it right there. It's an automatic NH36, as I said. You have that logo, Islander, right there. Quite frankly, I love that logo. It's nice and simple. It says what it says. So it's redundant in my eyes to have the word Islander right there. I think it would add simplicity to the watch if you take out the word Islander. And when I say simplicity, is that everything is balanced. You have the numerals at the 3, 6, and 9. You have batons. All these are applied, and you have that triangle up top that gives that orientation. So it's really simple design. You have that nice circle right here. Like I said, it's a screw down crown. There's no logo on the clasp anywhere, but it's a nice fold over push button clasp. It's nicely brushed and everything holds in place really well. You have 3 micro adjustments, so this will fit your wrist really well. And of course you can adjust it with the screws on the links. These are screws easy to take out, and even in the box, you have a screwdriver to help you size it. If we look at the case back itself, let's see if I can give a shot of it. It's a display case back. You also have a sapphire crystal on the case back. You have the markings on the outskirts of the case back, which is a screw down case back, again, to give you that peace of mind of that 100-meter water resistance. So as you see here, the dial is a cream dial. There are other colors. If I recall, there's a black, there is a kind of a ice blue, and a kind of a salmon type of color. However, this is the preferred color, I would say, both for me and my wife, because it's a neutral. I feel it's a neutral color that you can wear with kind of everything. Speaking of wearing, let me just take out this long overdue SWC watch review that I should do shortly, and I'll show this this Islander on my wrist, and then we'll conclude this review. Here it is on my 7-inch wrist. So by resizing it, it was made easy by the tool that they provide. So this is a basically screwdriver that comes in the box, and as you can see, it just fits well. It's nice and snug. I like the fine brushing on the bracelet. I like the fact that the polish is on the sides here and not on the middle here, or even in the sides here on the links, because it would scratch a lot. You have that same brushing on the clasp. The only thing that surprised me on this one is that Mark did not put his logo on there. And the brushing as well is on the lugs here, so it transitions well from the bracelet to the watch and vice versa. So I think that personally, I feel it's a smaller form factor. I'm not used to it. It may grow on me, but because it's wife approved, I guess it's a watch a little more in her taste, I should say. The fact that it has 20 millimeters, you can change the bracelet to a strap if you want, but I like the taper. It tapers down to 16 millimeters here, and the clasp is relatively small. You still have these micro adjustments, but the smaller form factor on the clasp makes it so that it's not too bulky. It's well balanced between the head of the watch and the clasp itself. It's a nice daily wear. I think it's a well-built watch. I hope you like this type of watch as well. If you do have this type of watch or any other type of watch, leave me a comment and let me know what you like on your wrist. And well, this concludes this this review, and I hope you like these types of reviews. Don't hesitate, press that like button, and of course, I encourage you to subscribe and press that notification bell. You'll be notified of my upcoming reviews. So I truly appreciate you tuning in, and hope to see you next time.